Welcome back to the Sideline Buzz. Ryan Lombardi, Connor Amendola, and we are joined by Nate Boyer. Nate, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
It's great to have you back, actually.
Yeah,
We had Nate
last
on
year.
last year.
Yeah.
Great interview, but yeah, should we just dive right into it?
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah. I want to talk about like your kind of trajectory because it's really interesting to see, former Seahawks player and Green Beret.
Yeah.
How did that kind of come about? How did you make that transition? I know we were talking a bit before. You went to college when you were 29, you said.
Yeah. Well, I grew up here. I grew up in the Bay, so I grew up a massive 49ers fan during the dynasty. So from the year I was born until I was 13, we won 5 Super Bowls.
Yeah, it's
Sorry, Bills fans.
Little rough.
I was pulling for y'all this year, by the way, to get here. But yeah, so football was always my favorite sport. I played baseball, I played basketball, I played soccer growing up. I never played football, and I regretted it. But I wasn't a great athlete, So I graduated high school, kind of drifting, figuring out life, and then 9/11 happened when I was 20. And I didn't join like right away, but within a couple of years, I ended up joining and became a Green Beret. So I was in the Special Forces for 6 years on active duty. And then I transitioned into the National Guard when I felt like I was finally ready to go to college. I got into the University of Texas. So I went out to Austin, and I was like, all right, I'm here at UT, iconic football program. I had this, childhood dream of playing sports that I never realized.
mm-hmm.
Why don't I just try out for the team? Worst case, I get cut, like whatever,
Yeah.
life goes on. So I tried out, I made it, and then my sophomore year I started long snapping, won the starting job, and that's what got me that opportunity in Seattle. So that's kind of the long story of how I got there, but it was because of the military. I never would have even tried to play football, honestly.
Yeah, and then, when was it like, you make the team actually, and you're long snapping. When was like, wow, I'm actually I'm pretty good at this?
First of all, it's a thankless job. For those that don't know what the long snapper is, it's the guy that hikes it between his legs on punts, field goals, extra points. Thankless job. No one gives a damn unless you screw up. Then
And if you screw up, you are the worst person alive. Yeah.
You don't want your name in the paper as a long snapper. It's not going to be like, what a great snap. It's going to be, he jacked it over the dude's head and they lost because of Nate Boyer, and you don't want that.
Game-winning field goal. It's not like Nate Boyer, perfect snap.
Never.
Right.
No, it's
the kicker and the quarterback that got them down there in field goal
yeah,
position.
it's Jason Myers kicks the game winner.
Which it's fair, to be honest. The thing about long snapping, this is why it drives me nuts when basketball players are not good free throw shooters, yet they're good shooters generally. I'm like, it's 15 feet every time. It's the same shot, I understand the situation's different, the crowd, whatever. It's the same with long snapping.
Right.
It's 15 yards on every punt. It's 8 yards on every field goal. It's the same motion. Just rep the hell out of it.
Right.
And
Right.
you got to be pretty good at it, but every NBA player should be at least 70% from the stripe. At least.
Yeah.
That's just, come on. But in the snapping world, you got to be accurate every time. And you are kind of an invisible person until you're not. And so it's thankless in the sense also that no one's drawn to that position. No one wants to be the long snapper. So that was my opportunity to get on the field. It was like, I can be accurate. I learned how to shoot a pistol without ever firing a gun before I joined the military, and I ended up being pretty good at it because I listened to the instructors, and it was all about grip, stance, sight picture, trigger squeeze, all those little pieces. Same with long snapping. So just built the skill that way. And then ended up being, was able to block out the noise, the crowd, and I don't care if it was, we're up 30 in the second quarter, and it's like a extra point, here we go again, or we're backed up on our own 1, up 2, with a minute left. We got to have a good punt, which means a good snap to get them out of field goal range and give our defense a chance.
Now, I know it's illegal now, but did anyone ever jump over you, jump the center while you were long snapping?
They did not.
Okay.
I don't think it was illegal then either, but in college, I haven't seen it yet. It's more of a play they do in the NFL.
Yeah, I think they made it illegal in the NFL.
They did.
I don't think you could do it anymore.
I mean, I was with the Seahawks I only played in 1 game.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, guys. So I wasn't there that long, but nobody tried in that game to do that. I would have been a good target for that, though, because obviously I'm not very big.
Right.
But, yeah, what you're kind of taught anyway when you're snapping on field goals, because punts is different. You snap it, you kick, slide, and block, and you move backwards. Obviously, on a field goal, you don't want to move. So I would interlock feet with the guards. I snap it, and then I just stand straight up and hold. Like you just do.
Yeah,
And like you
yeah.
just hold on to something. Nobody's gonna call, a 5'10", 215-pound long snapper for holding. They're just not going
No,
to. So,
no.
yeah. The only time I had a flag against me was I had like a false start,
start?
basically.
Oh,
A legal
no.
snap, they call it. I had one of those in
Yeah.
college once, but.
Let's talk about your kind of organization that you started,
Yeah.
merging vets and players,
Yep.
MVP. Kind of how did that come about, and why did you start it?
It was the experiences I had in both locker rooms. Whether it was a team room in the Army, or the football locker room, and like that identity that you sort of take on with the camouflage or the jersey, that uniform, it becomes kind of part of who you are. You build these relationships, friendships, the camaraderie, and this sense of purpose and identity with all of those things. And both those careers end pretty young.
Yeah.
You're usually
Yeah.
like, by the time you're in your 30s, you kind of peaked, and you feel like you'll never be great again. And that's a struggle to lose that uniform as well. So I think those similarities, commonalities really hit me when I got cut from the Seahawks. I was 34. I still felt young and healthy and like I could, I feel like I could do this today even. I'm 45 now and I feel like I could. I can't, but I'm like, maybe.
Not try?
Yeah.
Hey, if somebody goes down,
Somebody goes there. Yeah,
Practice.
that's
All I'm
true.
saying, there's a game on Sunday and
Yeah.
your team's playing. You got one more snap in you. They know who to call.
Well, if anybody wants to go Tanya Harding, the snapper for the Seahawks, be my guest.
yeah, and
Tim
then we'll
Galuli, I should say.
call Nate Boyer.
Yeah, and
There
then
you
call me
go.
up, and I'm in.
There you go.
But yeah, it was like that similarity of like a lot of vets struggle with losing the game, losing the losing that sense of service in the
Yeah.
military, right?
Right.
Having that mission, and a lot of athletes struggle with losing the game and
Yeah.
losing that locker room, and like, yeah, you're sort of like you want to be repurposed in some way because you feel like you know how to outwork everybody, you know how to sacrifice, you know how to do all these things, but you're physically you've kind of lost it.
Yeah.
The intangibles are still there. So we started this organization to bring those groups together and just to help them in that next phase find it again. So a thing that I did that helped me was getting into. I'm a filmmaker now, so I'm working on a D-Day doc. There's a
Oh, wow.
movie about MVP
Wow.
that's on Netflix now
Okay,
that I
wow.
directed. That's out. So yeah, go check out MVP on Netflix.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
called MVP.
Yeah, it's called MVP.
All right.
Yeah, you
I'm
can't
watching
miss
that.
it. You can't
yeah,
miss
for
it.
sure.
Because that's like the storytelling aspect, being on a set with all these different departments, and like it's kind of your team
Yeah.
again, and like a lot's on the line. Of
Yeah.
course, it's not life and death, but the stakes are high. Every mistake is expensive, and I like that stress.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
a similar type stress you get in playing sports or serving in the military. Of course, the military is different in the sense of like nobody's shooting at you in the other things. Hopefully,
Yeah. Well, like talking about your former team and the big game on Sunday. Who you got? Like, what are you expecting to see?
I think the Seahawks are going to win. I
Okay.
do love a good story though, and I think Coach Vrabel's awesome. Like I dig that. I mentioned it a minute ago, or a few minutes ago, but I was pulling for the Bills to get there.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
after the Chiefs were out,
I think we all were.
Ravens were out.
Yeah.
I was like, this has got to be Josh Allen's year. And
Right.
obviously, no. So that's tough, but. Drake May seems like a great dude. My old coach in college, Mac Brown, coached Drake May at North Carolina.
Wow.
So I got to meet him. I went out and spoke to the team his sophomore year, and got to meet him. And he was a great, kid at that time. Now he's
That's
a
awesome.
young man.
Yeah.
And he's obviously a player. But that team, that team, just like the Seahawks, that's a pretty complete team. Like they find a way to get it done. And we'll see. I just hope it's a great game. That's really all. I do want the Seahawks to win, of course. Like
Right,
they gave me a
right.
shot, but I wouldn't be like heartbroken if the Pats win.
This
it.
is really like the first Super Bowl. I'm like, yeah, I don't really have any stake. I don't really
Yeah.
care who wins.
When that's the case, you just want to
Yeah.
see a great one, man. You want to
That's
see
what
it go
I'm saying. I
down to the
wanna
last
see a good
drive.
game.
Yeah.
I don't want to see last year where the Eagles pull out the Chiefs.
Yeah.
It was boring. It got boring.
Yeah.
But no, if you had to pick one player to kind of break out, maybe Super Bowl MVP case. If this player breaks out, that team's going to win the game. Who would it be?
On the Hawks side, I got to say, obviously Smith and Jigba or Kenneth Walker. I mean, I don't actually know this, and I should. Is is Charbonnet going to be cleared?
No,
No,
he's still
he's
out.
out for
Yeah.
the playoffs.
So yeah, I mean, Kenneth Walker's going to have to carry a big. That's a big burden.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was already kind of the guy, but having somebody like Charbonnet, like
It's like that was just such a dynamic backfield.
yeah.
such a great, just two-headed monster that is a bit of a problem to deal with.
When your running back room is your starter is really good, and then the backup is scarier.
Yeah,
That's-
scarier in a lot of ways. No,
Yeah.
for real, like that's wild.
Yeah.
So from the Pats side, I mean, you got to say Drake May. You know, I mean, like,
Drake May. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good.
exactly. So
So
I
good.
mean, I don't know. If they could give it to a coach, I think both coaches are kind of the stars of the game in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like, really interesting, really cool stories.
Mike and Mike, but
Yeah, exactly. Mike and Mike. So
no, I think Vrabel's awesome. I think you obviously saw like the just the coaching ability he had in Tennessee. Just obviously couldn't get it done, but I think almost in a way Drake May is kind of put him over the edge too. Like
Yeah.
he had Ryan Tannehill for all those years, Derrick Henry in the backfield. Like they had some stars around them, but this Patriots team in his first year, I mean, to be that good and kind of get their way to the Super Bowl
I
is
mean,
pretty awesome.
that's got to be the first time there's a first-year coach and a second-year coach coaching against each other. In the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
I mean, is it a first-year coach in the Super Bowl? I actually don't know.
That I don't know either.
That happened.
I feel like it definitely could have happened, but
There's
now I
no
need to,
way
like,
there's
fact
3
check this.
total head coaching years with the new team.
Yeah,
Was Mike
exactly.
Tomlin's
Super
first year
Bowl.
a Super Bowl year?
I have no
Who's
idea.
that?
Mike Tomlin?
I don't think so.
But it was
I
like
want to say
it was
close,
like
though.
yeah, it was like
It's
probably
like 07
Okay.
maybe
Yeah.
or something. Right?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Forgetting,
I mean,
I'm from near Pittsburgh, and I should know this.
Yeah, maybe a second,
Maybe.
but I
but
don't know.
no, it's definitely cool. And I mean, I got to ask Mike McDonald a question last night at opening night, and I kind of asked what Sam Darnold did, not only for the team, because obviously we know you're in the Super Bowl. Obviously, he had some kind of impact, but just on the culture itself. And he was just
Wait,
like,
you mean Dick Hammer's grandson?
who?
Dick Hammer's grandson.
You don't know about this?
No.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold's grandfather was a man named Dick Hammer, and he was the Marlboro Man.
He was the Yeah.
Go read about this. Watch.
How did
this,
I not know this?
Learn this.
Did you
know
guys
this.
know this?
Yes. About Dick Hammer.
Sam Darnold's grandfather.
Sam Darnold's grandfather was
Marlboro
the Marlboro Man, and his name was Dick Hammer.
The more you know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't
And
know
he's
that.
like the most unassuming guy.
Oh, of
Like,
course.
yeah.
Yeah.
You would
Well,
be like, oh, that's Johnny Manziel's grandfather.
Right.
No, it's Sam Darnold.
I do want to plug. So you've got a MVP gala coming up
Yes.
May 16th
Yes.
in DC.
In DC.
What's that about? And what's that really feel to have like a big annual event, for MVP?
It's awesome. Like we get wherever we do it. We did it in Dallas the first 2 years, Vegas last year, and this year will be in DC. We get a lot of former players out, like former NFL players and just athletes in general. Year one we had Joe Buck MC, then we had Randy Couture MC, and then last year we had Rob Riggle.
Oh, that's
So like,
Nice.
Yeah.
we haven't announced it yet because we're still working on figuring that out. But
All right,
we're gonna
all
have we're gonna have a great MC. And it's just super fun. And we raise money for the organization. We've got chapters all over the country of MVP, by the way. We started in LA. We're also in Vegas, Atlanta, New York, Seattle, Dallas, Phoenix, Chicago.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's awesome.
Starting up in DC now and
Yeah.
a few other places. So, doing something like that, Dan Quinn's going to come. He's going to be one of our speakers, like one of
Wow.
our featured guys. He was on the MVP board, actually, when he was out of coaching. Because even as a coach, when, he almost won that Super Bowl, Tom Brady broke his heart,
Yeah.
with that crazy comeback. And then the next
He's
year.
a Falcons fan, so
He's a Falcons fan. I
Yeah,
was there.
sensitive
That was
subject.
the first Super Bowl I was at.
Oh.
And to
Oh,
sit in the
man.
Falcons section and watch all those fans walk up with a Bud Light between every finger, and then when they're up 24-3, and then an hour and a half
28-3.
later, 28-3.
Yeah.
thank you. An hour later, they're crying.
Uh-huh.
It was heartbreaking, but it's like the next year they go 7-9. Coach Quinn gets fired and was out of football for a bit, and he came to, that's when he found MVP.
Yeah.
right.
Started working with us, joined
That's
our
awesome.
board, and then he got the DC job with the Cowboys.
I
Loved it.
loved him
Now,
there.
last year he was amazing. This year, obviously, he had injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
But great dude. It kind of exemplifies what we're all about at MVP and utilize the foundation like
Yeah.
he needed it.
I want to bring it back to, you talk about growing up in the Bay Area. What's it feel like to be back for Super Bowl 60?
It's awesome. So the year I got cut, 2015 from Seattle, that was the last time the Super Bowl was here. 2016 was the actual game, but it was that season, right? So I came here. I'd never been to a Super Bowl week of events. I'd never done radio before. That was the first of all those things. And it was awesome. Like, I love this place. And actually, shout out to the new mayor. He's been here a year. San Francisco is looking clean Like, it is nice right now.
Yeah.
We'd struggled through, especially through COVID. Things kind of were falling apart, and a lot of people were leaving, but the city's coming back. It definitely helps when you have a Super Bowl here. Like, you want to prepare for that, but he's been in that position for like a month. I was talking to some locals around, all from different political spectrums, and they're all kind of pro
That's awesome.
Mayor Lurie,
Yeah,
so like that's
good.
great.
That's what you want.
Yeah, exactly. So it's awesome to see and to be a part of this, and to have it back in your hometown. I grew up right across the bay in a place called El Cerrito. My dad was a racehorse veterinarian, so I grew up around sports as well, like the racetrack. Very different, but yeah, it's amazing. Like, I wish it was a home game for the Niners, just because I grew up a Niner fan.
I know
Love the Seahawks, of course. Like, come on.
They got rolled by the Seahawks.
They got rolled.
Yeah.
They got rolled.
It's the electric substation. That's
We
what
did
that
not. Yeah, it's not like, oh, we had them. Like, we got beat.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
The game that could have changed everything was the last game of the regular season, because the winner of that had home field throughout the playoffs. Niners would have had 3 straight home games.
Yep. And it totally
Including the
changed it,
Super Bowl.
especially when you're like, you have home field advantage, but then it's like, and we're going to be playing. I mean, you saw what Brady did with the Bucs when they had the home field advantage, and then they knew they were playing a home Super Bowl game like that. It does levels.
It matters, man. It's just comfort. It's like you get your locker room and you get your, all those little.
You could
things.
be at home. You don't have to live in a hotel Super Bowl week, like like that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
It's big.
No, it's
There's so many. I was thinking about this. There's so many distractions Super Bowl week for these players. Like, these media members are coming to your hotel this day, and it's not even media members that you know. Like, when you're at home or visiting another team, like, it's the same people generally. But now you got college students asking this and that, and
international outlets.
Exactly, and it's so much more.
The Seahawks probably get a slight edge there then too, because they come here every year at least once.
Right.
They know it. It's same time zone. Not that these guys get out here plenty early, so it's not like the time change should affect you like in a regular season.
They're probably in the same hotel they always stay. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like you've got those traditions, you've got those rituals, all those little comforts. Even though it's on the road, it's like. It's nice, but I guarantee the Pats aren't complaining about being out here in this weather.
No,
either. Like,
no,
the weather's
we
perfect
aren't.
this week. This is great, dude.
We
They can get cold.
We left Buffalo, and it was in the negatives, and there was 2 feet of snow on the ground, so it was great to get out.
I was out in Arkansas just 2 days ago, and it was 7 degrees. And I came back to California, and I was like, oh man. And the Bay, like, you've heard the Mark Twain quote, right, about San Francisco?
I don't.
The coldest winter I ever spent was a summer in San Francisco, is a Mark Twain quote. Because it can get
cold,
just chilly. We get that fog, and then the wind comes through, and it could be. But we're sitting here in early Feb, 65 degrees and sunny out. Like,
so
it's
nice.
Perfect.
So nice.
Yeah.
Well, Nate, we appreciate you coming on again, back-to-back years.
Yeah.
Let's make this
see
a
you guys
regular
in
thing.
LA
Yeah,
next
that's
year.
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Let's
see
go.
you in LA. But it was great having you on, and thanks for talking.
Good to be here.
Go check out MVP on Netflix. I'm definitely going to check it out.
You should.
Yeah,
Go
I
check
definitely
MVP
will.
out on Netflix, please.
And stay with us on the Sideline Buzz on WSBU 88.3 FM, The Buzz.